It's there! Holy moly, this one's going to go big.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. Here in the year 2025, it's sometimes hard to remember when there was a time when the pubs were not filled with ravenous digital hardcore gambling cabinets, but instead would have a variety of what used to be collectively known as pub games. The standard sort of features of many pubs up and down the UK. Now, one of those categories was skill with prizes machines. I have covered those on the channel before. There's videos about the Crystal Maze, there's videos about the mating game, there's videos about skill with prizes, Space Invaders and so on. However, what we've got running here in front of you right now is a whole new category that we've never had emulated in this form before, and certainly not by any of the Fruit Machine emulators, because what we're looking at here is an emulation of the Bellfruit COBRA3 hardware. This was a system that was released in the mid-1990s. By all accounts, it didn't have that many games released for it and wasn't necessarily a huge success either. I suspect that the old demon of hardware costs involved in producing these wasn't reflected in the cash box, and unfortunately this only stuck around for a relatively short amount of time, maybe 3 or 4 years tops, and then stopped being a thing. The big difference that you can see here with this and then comparing it to other machines is that what we're looking at here is full motion video, because the COBRA3 hardware also featured in it a CD-ROM drive that supported full motion video. That's what you can see in front of us here. So this was a pub skill with prizes machine. This specific one was released in 1997, but there have been a few others that are released that are also emulated by this emulator. So what we're going to do in this video, I'll just take you quickly through the emulator itself, where you can get a hold of it, and then what we're going to do here is play one of my favourite games. We've currently got 5 games that are fully emulated, that all the ROMs and the image of the CD-ROM, that's the image file for what would have been a physical CD-ROM in a CD-ROM drive in the cabinet. We've got 5 of those. We're going to have a good play on this one here, and I'll show you, have a quick look at the others as well. This is my favourite, I think, and this is one that I do remember playing back in the day. So this is a lot of fun. We've been having a chat about it over at Desert Island Fruits. It's a really entertaining machine. Of course, the usual rules apply. You can't win any money out of it. You can see there it does have a £10 jackpot, but that doesn't stop it being a very entertaining proposition. So first things first, this is who has released this emulator. Rather enigmatic. They do have a YouTube channel called Blue Ones Are Faster with 2 videos on it. One is apparently a Scorpion 6 emulator, which is a kind of work in progress thing. That doesn't appear to have been released anywhere. But also a single video of BFM COBRA3 emulation, Top of the Pops SWP. This was an earlier version of it. Now, I have sort of been aware of this for a while, but what we've got now is the 1.02 release of the emulator that's fixed a few problems and gives you a very solid playable experience. Now, if we just have a look, hang on a minute, here, this is where you can grab it from. It's this It Might Be Me page over at archive.org. There are 2 files there. There's the emulator and the ROMs. The ROM image file there is actually pretty big. That's nearly 2 gigabytes because you've got CD-ROM image files in there. But you can just download it from there, extract it, it runs. No problem at all. And I'll just let you know, that is the machine that we're looking at here. If you have a look there, that's Top of the Pops there. That is the machine that's being emulated at the moment. And as you can see, to buy one of those in the here and now will cost you £2,295. As it says there, these games were once common, although now are very hard to find. And if we have a scroll down, you can see it was quite a nice looking cabinet. See there, you've got the screen. It's not a touch screen, and you've got the buttons. So we've got an A, B, C on the left and right hand side. You've got these little cursors here and a select. You'll see those be used in one of the game rounds and a start on there. It's advertising there, 6 fun rounds for £1. So the idea was you put your quid in, you got 6 rounds of sort of questions and quiz type things, and then you would go to the top 10 round at the end where you can actually win some money. There has been a thread about this over at Desert Island Fruits. This is just talking about the new version that has been released, and it's been updated just in the last few days as well. So I just want to be clear here that this is not any kind of official release area. The Desert Island Fruits is not the home of this emulator, which is called, as you can see, it's just called Bellfruit Cobra 3 Emulator V1. It's actually V1.002 we're on. And just to give that, so you can see that that's the about box by Blue Ones Are Faster. I do not know who Blue Ones Are Faster is. I haven't seen any posts or, anything like that about them anywhere else. Oh, fucking hell, Gary Glitter. Oh, spoiler alert, by the way, Jimmy fucking Savile's in this thing as well. So you've got Gary Glitter and Jimmy Savile. That's the problem with anything that harks back to the 70s, isn't it? There's a non-trivial chance that you're going to end up with a fucking nonce in your game. So, yeah, you might well see Jimmy Savile pop up at some point, I'm afraid. Anyway, slight aside there. So that's currently the situation that we have. It's a freely available emulator. What this is, by all accounts, is that this person here, Blue Ones Are Faster, what they have done is they've taken a chunk of the MAME source, because you can do that, MAME's open source. They've taken the drivers and the sort of support for this Cobra 3 platform out of the main build, streamlined it down and made it just do a single job. And that's entirely fine to do with an open source project like MAME. The games have been in MAME for a very long time. My primary build of MAME goes back to 2015. I had a look the other day. This game is in there, but in a completely broken state. It doesn't work, and the screen says, this doesn't work yet. There's nothing you can do to fix it. You've just got to wait some for it to happen. Somebody has said, Niall Quinn has said over at Desert Island Fruits that apparently it's been working in MAME in some form or another for quite a while. I wasn't aware of that myself, and I don't keep up with MAME. I find it very hard work to keep up with MAME these days. That's why I got a kind of point-in-time collection 10 years ago, basically now, and I've stuck with that. But the main thing that we're interested in here is this specific emulator for Cobra 3. That, incidentally, is the main Cobra 3 board. That's included in the archive. There's a small image archive that comes with the emulator itself, and you can see there's a lot of stuff going on that board. That is just the main board. What obviously we can't see there, you've got a CD-ROM drive as well. You've got the CD, which is on a SCSI interface, and all kinds of other bits and pieces as well. I'm guessing... would that be your SCSI connectors there on the board, maybe? Plug 21 expansion, plug 22 expansion, maybe. So as you can see, it was a fairly beefy hardware proposition, and that's just one board. Also, what you can see is they are the discs. They are the discs that would have been in the original version. You can clearly see there, 1997. So that was how they got all this data into the machine. They had a CD-ROM drive with an actual CD-ROM in there. So I'm slightly surprised that there are any of these things still working. So I know that must seem very, very expensive, over $2,000 for one, but there can't be many of these left, and there can't be many of these left that are still in a fully working condition either. You can also see, by the way, as an aside, you can get a Crystal Maze for £2,000. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? These are rare machines now, and they will cost what the market will pay for them. So, fair enough. It's good that we can play them within the emulator, but just so you're aware, that is what the real machine would have looked like. Now, to go back to the emulator itself here, the settings that we have here, I'll just show you. Can you see? They are your percentage options. I have talked about this on the channel before, that SWPs had very low percentages. If you thought that fruit machines could be a bit shit, as low as 74%, with somewhere, 74, 76 being quite common, SWPs generally maxed out at 50% and could be set as low as 30%. But despite how terrible that sounds, it's not actually that bad, because whilst these are compensated, I've talked about this at great length in the other videos on the channel about SWPs, these are compensated. They are technically skill with prizes, but pretty much they can all make it damn near impossible to win on them when they want to. So they do have a set percentage there. But unlike fruit machines, they don't save for any kind of streaks. As far as anyone can tell, with any of them, they don't have this concept of different pots, a streak pot, a feature pot, looking at more modern machines, deal or no deals, a cash or bust pot, a game pot, whatever it may be. These things are just far more cyclical. They just pay around. They don't save for multiple jackpots. They don't stash value away. They just cycle round their RTP to give you the fixed percentage back that they're set to, albeit with the variation that if you're good, you can get a jackpot out of it earlier, and if you're bad, it might take you longer, and that's where the machine can store a little bit of value. From my experience with playing around with this, I have set it on 50% here, but basically it just wants the percentage off you before it'll ease you into a jackpot. So I've got this set on 50%, and it really does basically want to pay a tenner back for every 20 quid in. If you set it to 30%, it basically will want 30 quid off you before it will pay a tenner back. But remember here, you are getting value for money, you are getting a longer play for your pound, and there's no concept of chasing a streak or anything like that. It's just you can play it until you get a jackpot, and then you know that the thing to do there is walk away, or you can get a smaller prize. There are 3 cash prizes that you can get on this, which are £2, £5 and £10. Now, what I've done with this is I have got it nice and fattened up. What you can do with Control S, you can save state, and with Control L, you can load state. You can have one save state per machine, and I've got one ready on top of the pops here that is very, very keen to pay a jackpot. The way that this one does it is using bonus discs. You can tell how happy it is by how many bonus discs that it's giving you. And that's something that Slots Magic went through here because he played this quite a lot. And it's this section here. Can't remember the other games as much, but with Top of the Pops, it is pretty progressive. As it gets happier, it'll start giving more and more bonus discs and start giving 4 questions per round instead of 3. If you walk up and it only offers, say, 1 bonus disc, it'll be a costly force. If it offers plenty, it should be about ready. I reckon 12 plus seconds and 5 bonus discs, and you'd have to be absolutely inebriated to not get the jackpot. 10 seconds and 3 bonus discs, and it's doable, but you'll have to be bloody quick and get some good luck with the answers. Now, I sort of agree with this bit here, but only so far as it does make it relatively easy. In SWP terms, when this thing is happy, it's one of the easy ones to get the jackpot out of. But the bonus discs are very powerful. So we'll just have this bit here. Not sure if they realise the power of the bonus discs fully. The fact they move you up on a losing guess and you have a 1 in 3 chance of guessing the correct answer with your eyes closed normally means a case of trying to get the first couple of questions right, then spamming any button and hoping you get enough right, plus the bonus discs to get you into the top 3. Then if you have time left and aren't at the jackpot, you can try and use skill to move up to the jackpot. And that's about spot on. That description there is spot on, and also the best way to play it. From my experience with it here, we should have a fairly easy time here, as long as I can answer the fucking questions, because this is in a pretty good mood. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to load in my saved state. So you can see the video jump here. Boop. There we are now. This is my saved state, and this has had a lot of money in it and not paid out. So this should be happy to now give us a jackpot. So first things first, let me just put my pound in. There we are. And then we'll start the game and off we go. And this is a absolute blizzard of stuff from the 70s and 80s with some 90s stuff in there as well. Remember, this game came out in 1997.
Good evening, music lovers, wherever you are. I've got a feeling this is Top of the Pops.
Ah, it's our friend Mr. Edmonds. Right, what do we fancy? Oh, hits of the 80s, I think. You have to use your keyboard. The keys are predefined. Oh, who was stepping out? I feel like I should fucking know. 1983. It's going to be someone quite old, isn't it? Joe Jackson. That was kind of a guess. True, that was Spandau Ballet, wasn't it? That's easy. See there, look at these bonus discs. It's throwing bonus discs at me. Tainted Love, surely. Yeah, Tainted Love. There we are. Well, that was a good start, wasn't it?
Yes, we have.
God, there's lots of... For us old fuckers, there's lots of memories here with these DJs. What do you reckon? All kinds of everything. Let's go for there. Oh, now this is where you use the cursor key and select. Match the artist to the album. Boyzone. Oh, fucking... I don't fucking know. A different beat. It's not older, past, present. Let's try that. Oh, Mike Oldfield. That's easy. Tubular Bells. Blur. Modern Life is Rubbish. There we go, yeah. Pulp. A different class. This is kind of my stuff. This is what we used to have on telly, by the way. This was you had 3 channels back in, up until Channel 4 started, you had 3 channels, and that was on one of them. I'm going to go for all kinds of everything. Oh, now I like this one. So it's, as it says there, you get more points if you can get it after the first clue. They had a number 1 spot. 1985. Erasure, did they go straight to number 1? Oh, fucking hell. Pet Shop Boys, innit? Fuck. That's slightly annoying there. So there you go. They had... Oh, that's Kenny Everett, isn't it? Just don't fucking flash up Jimmy Savile, please, for God's sake. Right, what have we got next? 90s music. That's my... Who's this? I feel like I should... Don't know. Oh, I think the drive in this laptop was struggling a bit. This band was... I don't even know who they were. Pseudo fuck knows. Together Apart. So, oh fuck. Was it Crowded House? It was Crowded House. Well, I missed a lot of bonus discs there. Now, Don't Dream It's Over, wasn't it? Yeah, that's not my... I was an indie kid of the 90s, so that... Look at the state of fucking Noel there. So we've got another round. It is being quite... I'm going to go for 90s music again. It's giving me loads of bonus discs, though. Don't reach out for me. But I can hear it in my head. Is it? Yes. Oh, I could... Okay. I wanted everything for a little while. That's got to be Everything But the Girl, isn't it? It is. It's that fucking... I can hear it in my head. Which hit concert? What have we done to the world? That sounds like fucking Earth Song to me, yeah.
And now a countdown of this week's UK Top 10.
I would have hoped for... We didn't... So we got 5 bonus discs. Now, what you'll see here in this prize game is you basically don't get enough time to do it properly. Like, try and do the first 2 properly and then just smash it. I've got 13 seconds and 5 discs, and I can get the first couple right. Because I've got 5 bonus discs, which means I can't lose on 5 of them. And I'll go up anyway, even if I get it wrong. But you don't get much time, that's the problem. Let's have a look. Top 10 singles, top 10 albums, both. Alphabet Street. Justified and Ancient, top 10 singles. Right, we're running out of time here, both. Right, now we're just going to smash it. We're going to smash it. See there? You've just got to try and... There, see, you're getting a 1 in 3. I think I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. There we go. Bang. Bosh. £10 jackpot. Boom. There we go. And that's a tenner. Ding, 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 ding. And I've just... So you saw there... It's exactly as Slots Magic described it on Desert Island Fruits. You basically don't have enough time to try and do every question properly. Try the first 2 or 3, and then just lean into your bonus discs. If you've got enough bonus discs, remember, when you get one wrong with a bonus disc, it puts you up anyway. And then you've got a 1 in 3 chance of guessing them right. So you're going to get 2 or 3, well, a couple, 2 or 3 maybe right that way. And that gives you a good boost. A really good boost up the ladder and a good chance of getting a number 1. When it doesn't want to pay, it just won't give you those bonus discs. So what a great game this is. So let's have another go and see. I think it might. I pumped quite a bit of money into this.
Hi everyone, and
unless we can see more of the video as well. If we have another go, we can see more of the video as well. 90s music. I've put this on the fucking... That's everything but the game, isn't it? It is. I've put this on the internal hard drive on this laptop. I should have put it on the SSD. It doesn't like, in fact, it doesn't like running it from the hard drive. I should have fucking put it on the SSD. That was stupid. It's normally not, wasn't it? Tracy Thorn. It was Tracy Thorn, yeah. What was the title? Now, there's a question. There's a question. I don't know. I'm going to slightly guess I was wrong. Amplified. I should know. I should know that, shouldn't I? Why don't I know that? That was a guess. I've got to be honest. That was a guess.
Silver jungle, something stirred,
Yeah, the sound and video was like... So, pro tip, run this off an SSD. Normally, for me Fruit Machine emulation stuff on the laptop, I just run it all... It's got an SSD and a hard drive in it. And I think this... Because those CHD files are pretty big, and I think this wants to be running off an SSD. Which of the following... Well, I don't fucking know. Merry Christmas, everyone. Must have done. In the Air Tonight famously did, didn't it? I'm sure. No. They're great. That was... Oh, fuck off. I was shit there.
Make a comedy record.
Yeah, the sound and video are desync there. That does not happen on my main PC. 5 for little children. What? God, is that the Jimmy Savile category? Fucking hell. Right, okay, we'll avoid that. Right, let's have another go at this. Right, I like these ones. Bob Marley sang about... Why do I not know that? How many... 3 little birds. Number of band members of... Oh, God, that was 4. Was it 4? Once, twice, 3 times. Was it 3 times? Oh, for fuck's sake. I was right to fucking start with. Oh, right, okay, fine, whatever. Glam Slam. I'm not massive. I'm not massive on the Beatles. There's a controversy category which I quite like. New Gold Dream. Well, it wasn't Duran Duran, so it must have been Spandau or Simple. Fuck. Who had a hit with Kissing Gate in 1990? It wasn't Green Day. Was it Green Day? I don't think it was. No, I didn't think it was Green Day. Colour by Numbers. Wasn't that... is that Simply Red? No. Fuck.
The wobbling legs and wobbling bot, is there anything to go by?
I did really badly there, didn't I? I'm having a worse run of it here. Mrs. Dexy would be good at some of these. Let's have a Saturday Night at the Movies. Complete the... Oh, my love, my darling. I've hungered, isn't it? Hungered. I know that one. Yes. It is... Floating down the river. Watership Down, surely. Yeah, that was pretty obvious. It's still wanting to give me bonus discs. That sounds like Mary Poppins. Fuck.
Here's the current top 10 this week.
Shit, I did really, really bad there. I've got no excuses. I was shit at that. Oh, there aren't as many categories for the top 10 prize game either. It restricts the... Look at that. That was desperate. Absolutely. I've got no time here. I've just got to go smashy, smashy, smashy. I've only got 3. So you'll see now the other side of it. I don't have time to do this properly because I've only got 6 seconds. I'm probably not even going to be able to answer enough questions. Let's see. There go me bonus discs, and now wrong answers. Oh, look at that run. Oh, look, that was terrible. You see there how it can... It only got to number 8. That was really bad, wasn't it? So that was pretty shocking. So you see, I can actually play this. I'm really annoyed at how shit I did on that one. I'll just quickly show you. I might do a follow-up video for a couple of the others on this, but I'll just show you here. They're the 5 games that are in there. I don't know if we're limited by the resources being available, because obviously you need the ROM set and you need a good image of the CD-ROM. I don't know how many were even on this hardware, but I'll just boot up. Oh, that's the RAM clear. Just ignore that. See there, 1995. So this would have been one of the early ones. These are a bit weird for me because I definitely remember playing them in the pub, but they sort of came out just on the cusp of when I moved permanently to the Isle of Man. Top of the Pops came out after I had moved permanently to the Isle of Man, and we never had skill with prizes. Back in the 90s, we had no skill with prizes, and right the way through some of the 2000s, they must have changed legislation at some point to allow them. But that was one of the things that I noticed when I first came to the Isle of Man, is there were no skill with prizes machines, because we have our own legislation that governs, gambling and gaming devices. All I can assume is they'd simply never amended or added the legislation here to make these things citable on the Isle of Man as, licensed gaming machines. So that was one of the very few things that I missed when I came to the Isle of Man, was SWPs in the pub. Teleaddicts, you can see here, is 95. And in my head, I do remember playing this, particularly with Mrs. Degsy when these were in the pubs of, say, Manchester. But for the Top of the Pops, I would only have ever played that when I'd gone back to the UK for a visit, because that was after I'd moved permanently to the Isle of Man. But I definitely remember playing Top of the Pops in the pub at some point, but it's not something that we ever had over here. Teleaddicts is one that I do remember from the UK. You can see it's the same basic concept. Now, I've not particularly practiced Teleaddicts or the other ones that we have on the list. What I'm doing is I'm getting all of them ready, like I had Top of the Pops there, ready to pay a jackpot. I'm going to do that with all of them so we can actually see it play through to a jackpot. So I'm going to do a follow-on video for these, because it is actually, if we strip it back and look at what we've got in front of us, this is a whole new technology that's being emulated. There is no support for Cobra 3 in MFME. That's the main fruit machine emulator. That's the one that basically I always use for my videos, and that does emulate a good number of SWPs as well. But this is not a technology that Wizard ever added in to MFME. So this is something that we've not been able to play before. Apparently it's been working in MAME for a bit, but I didn't know about that, and by all accounts, many of us over at Desert Island Fruits didn't know it either. But either way, what we have here is a nice, streamlined, focused emulator that is just interested in this Cobra 3 platform. Shall we have... Let's just load Top of the Pops back in. And what I'll do is I'll just load back in my file there, my save file. You can actually stop it whenever you want. It doesn't, see there, that's where I loaded it in before. Let's just have one more credit on this. I've been playing this quite a lot. It's surprisingly good fun, even though of course there's no money to be won. It's a really entertaining game. Right, I'm just slightly annoyed at how shit I did on the last one. Let's have a look. What? Splodging a pint of lager and a... Was it 3 pints of lager and a baby sham sound? Fuck. Oh, it's probably 2 pints of lager. It was Australia, wasn't it? For that? Yes. Where are my bonuses? This is with the ones you don't want to... it was the birdies, wasn't it? Yeah. You don't want to get your bonus disc questions wrong. This the specials, wasn't it? Only one bonus disc there. Let's go in. 90s music. Go on, then we'll go for 90s music, but... Well, that's... okay, we should be able to get this. Come on. Oh, that was Shaggy, wasn't it? That was Shaggy, wasn't it? Yeah. Everything changes. Was that Take That? I think it was Take That, yes. Baby, come back. Oh, the fuck was that? Colour Me Bad, Steve. Oh no, why did I fuck it inside? That was Stiltskin. Who did Baby Come Back? That was an embarrassing mistake, wasn't it? See there, it's giving me 4 questions as well. Again, what Slots Magic said there is quite correct. You're only getting 3 questions when it's in a bad mood and basically no fucking... shall we try a different category? I would just keep going for 90s music. Let's try a different category. Right, okay, then it's this one. I've already got 3 bonus discs, so that's not bad. The song was a number 2. Well, that could... Atomic. Atomic was got a bit... What do you reckon? Let's try the less... in night. Oh, I don't fucking know. So, oh, I think, yes. Now, there. Didn't I do well? Because I thought, let's not... Because Heart of Glass and Atomic, you'd have them as... So embarrassing. Some of those. You'd have both of those, rather, as number 1s, wouldn't you? Denis just sounded right there to me. Who's this? Should I know who that is? Just ignore that fucked up sound again. That is just the drive in this laptop. Name this band. You know what? I don't fucking know. Was it fucking Teenage Fan Club? No. I don't... Aztec Camera? Somewhere in My Heart sounds poncy enough, doesn't it? I don't even know who it fucking was. Roddy Frame. Nick Jacobs. Oh, fuck. Summer in the City and the air is still somewhere in Memphis. Somewhere in and the air... Oh, fuck.
One of the most difficult
I don't
business
know who that was.
Comedy record.
Not to worry. That was... with a little... shall we try... Let's try another category. With a little help from... I need some bonus discs here. That was... Wasn't it Dusty Springfield? I'm back on my home territory with that. You've got to be strong. I don't... It can't be Dusty Springfield. Sandy Shore or Lulu, surely. What do you reckon? Oh, I knew as well. I was guessing one of them two. So as a bonus disc... Lisa Stansfield sounds... She was quite... No, not in 86. Was she a thing in 80s? No, I thought that was a bonus disc as well. George Michael. Oh, that was slightly...
Right, it's your turn to move now because it's number 1 time.
Yeah, that I'm sure that'll run better if I copy it to the SSD. Right, that was a bit shit again. And what's going to hurt me here is the lack of bonus. 13 seconds. I'll try and do the first couple properly, but I don't think I've got enough bonus discs there. So I'm going to need a little. I'm going to need to get some right, and I'm going to need a little bit of luck on the guesses. In which decade were these singles number 1? Shave Your Kisses for Me. Deeply Dippy. Oh no. Happy Talk. No, I've never... Oh, fuck. Nothing Compares to You. There was 90s. Oh no, I missed... Oh, fuck. Frida. Oh, fuck. Good Heart. Fuck. Oh, you see there? Another couple of bonus discs could have really helped me out there. You get the idea. This is great fun to play, and this was kind of what I mean. It was a while ago. It was 30 years ago now, nearly. But this kind of thing was in the pub. This was a common sight. Machines like this, your SWP was a sort of staple of the pub. I wouldn't say they were as ubiquitous as fruit machines. You know, like you'd be hard pushed to find a pub that didn't have a fruit machine in it, or even 2 fruit machines. But the SWPs were up there. Maybe, God, finger in the air, 50% of pubs would have a SWP in them. Maybe more than that. And certainly like in city centre pubs or maybe student areas, younger people areas, that kind of thing. Like every single pub would have one of these things, and they would even turn up in like old boys pubs as well, and just little locally old boy pubs that maybe didn't even have a fruit machine but would have an SWP, because the old boys in there would want to put a 20p in change from the round, that kind of thing. So these are a great entertainment proposition. They've done a fantastic job, by the way, with the attract mode on this. The attract mode we haven't seen anywhere near all the video that it's got for the attract mode. It's got all the different introductions and credits from Top of the Pops, all the different swirly, swoopy effects that they had over the years, from some of the older ones to what would have been the up-to-date one in 1997. And also, of course, this is hailing from the time when we were in far more of what you might call a monoculture, where people were still watching the telly. The internet was very much a thing in 1997, but you weren't doing video on the internet in 1997, that's for sure. So, you know, moving pictures, dare I say, were very much the preserve of television and satellite TV in 1997. So to have full motion video on a cabinet in the pub in 1997, that was a pretty Swizzy thing. And fair play to the people who put this game together for Belfruit. They've done a really good job of making an entertaining game, and even if you lose your quid, you've got a little bit of value for money, you've had some fun, and you've got that whole thing. It was very, very common for, you know, your friends would stand around you. You'd get, you know, 3 or 4 people stood around the quiz machine, all shouting, A, B, no, it's fucking C, as you were playing there. It was one of those activities that unfortunately has been lost from the pub. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw an SWP in the pub. I'm sure, as far as I'm aware, that they're still legal. There's nothing to stop them existing. But in a world where digital cabs can take £1 off you every, 2 seconds, why would you have a cabinet taking up a spot on the floor that need to be paid for and licensed that's only going to take £1 off the punters every few minutes? So unfortunately, I think the greed of the industry, as much as anything else, is what killed off the SWP. And I think that's a great shame, because we've lost something fun here. I would love for stuff like this to still be in the pub. If you could find an SWP in the pub, I'd put a few quid in that and play it with my mates, and just for the fun aspect. And if you can win a few bob, I mean 10 quid, scale it up to 20 quid for whatever you want it to be by modern standards. Have a bit of fun with the chance to win a few quid. Don't get too hung up on the terrible percentages either, because like I say, they really do just want to cycle round one jackpot at a time with RTP. So you're never going to get, you know, balls deep in them before you manage to take some money out of it. So I will say a big thank you to Blue Ones Are Faster, or as they have, hang on a minute, that by Blue Ones Are Faster. So same name on the YouTube channel as in the emulator. So big thanks to whoever that is for putting this emulator out there. It's nice to have a super stripped back and focused emulator that just does one thing and does it very well. One thing I will say there is I've not been getting that hitching when I've been running it off an SSD. This laptop, obviously the hard drive and the CHD image file don't play particularly well with the hard drive in this laptop. So that might be something to bear in mind if you're going to have a go at this. Stick it on a SSD or a faster hard drive if you have one available, but you can see that, and it still worked all right. It was still perfectly playable. So I think that's it for this one. I will do a follow-on video. My intention here is to get those 4 ones there ready to pay a jackpot, and then we can have a proper look at all of them and get the jackpot out of all of them. And then we'll see how this emulator develops from here as well going forward. But thought this was worth covering, and it's quite interesting to have a whole new technology emulated that we haven't been able to play before, and it's another piece in that puzzle of stuff that we used to do, entertainment that used to exist in the pub 20, 30 years ago in this case. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will catch up with you next time. But for now it is goodbye.